Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Namaste everyone. So I'm back with the Pancha Pakshi Shastra session. I think last time I had briefed you about an introduction to Pancha Pakshi Shastra, how it evolved, and what are the aspects we study in the Pancha Pakshi Shastra. And I had also promised the four coming sessions will be more interesting. So, in that line, I would like to say today I will be explaining about the classification of the birds as per the Janma Nakshatras and also their significance, how the classification works. So, at this point, I would like to tell you that the classification of the birds based on Janma Nakshatras are done separately for Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. Like, for example, in a Shukla Paksha, for the first 15 days of the fortnight, the classification of the birds are done in a specific way. And for the next 15 days, that is Krishna Paksha, again the classification of the birds are done in a specific way. So basis that we have tabulated completely a new kind of a table wherein we can find a nakshatra corresponding to two types of birds, one for a bright half and the other for the dark half of the moon. So like that, I would like to mention few of the stars, so you will get a fair idea on what I am speaking. Like for example, Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, and Mrugashira, the first five nakshatras, will have vulture as the bird in the first bright half of the moon, that is Shukla Paksha, and for the second half, that is Krishna Paksha, they will be having a bird, peacock. In the same sense, if I go to the next five nakshatras, you can just check which is your nakshatra, you will understand which bird you will fall into. So, once again, I would like to tell you the nakshatras which you are born, you have to know, and also you have to know which tithi you are born, whether it is Shukla Paksha or Krishna Paksha, in which Paksha you are born and in which tithi, so that you will understand which bird you belong to. The second five nakshatras are Aridra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Ashlesha, Maka, and Pura Falguni. These five nakshatras, again in the bright half, who are born in the Shukla Paksha, they will have their bird as owl, and dark half, the people who are born, the bird will be cock. So likewise, I will proceed into the other five nakshatras: Uttara Falguni, Hasta, Chitta, Swati, Vishaka, and Anuradha. For these five nakshatras, the bright half will be crow, and the dark half will be crow, except for Anuradha, where the bright half is cock and the dark half will be owl. Similarly, if I get into the rest remaining nakshatra from Jeshta to Revati, I will find the bright half corresponds to the cock and the dark half corresponds to the owl. So, likewise, we have done the classification of all the 27 Janma Nakshatras in bright half and the dark half. So, once you select the bird, the next thing what you have to understand is the activity assigned, which I mentioned in the last session. The five activities, these activities are there for specifically for each bird. So the five activities which come under the each bird will be like as I had mentioned earlier, it will be eating, ruling, dying, walking, and sleeping. These are the five main activities of each bird. So if you understand these birds and the five activities, you can easily understand what are the strengths and weaknesses of the each birds during each of the activities. So first I would like to say, for example, a vulture. If you are a bird, if you come under the bird called vulture, if your activity is eating for the particular day, then it shows that you are gaining energy at that particular time. Your energy goes on increasing at that particular time. And then the next activity will be walking. So walking means it's like, for example, when you have your food, you will finish the food and you will start like you feel like walking. So when you start walking, your energy will start getting converted. Matlab, whatever energy you have acquired because of having the food, that will start getting digested and assimilated inside the body. So that energy will start assimilating into your body. That is called as walking part of the energy. Next, It is ruling. So this is the main activity of the bird. Ruling is one of the most strongest position of the bird, wherein you will achieve whatever you try to do during that particular period in a day. So it will be applicable for both the daytime and the night time. As I had mentioned, 5 yamas in the day and 5 yamas in the night. You will find two times your ruling will come. Similarly, all activities will repeat twice for each bird. So during the ruling period, so whatever you desire, whatever you aspire, you will be able to achieve that particular thing. So this is called ruling time. I'll come back to whatever the applications of that particular times. And then after your energy is exhausted or you accomplish any task during that particular time, then it come with the next energy level will be sleeping. Sleeping in the sense the energy will start deteriorating at this particular point of time. As the energy deteriorates, you will start feeling tiredness, you will lose your interest, there will be lack of interest, there will be lack of focus, your mind will start getting disturbed, and also you sometimes you will get negative thoughts start setting inside your mind. So these things will start happening for you once the energy starts deteriorating. This is called sleeping stage. And finally, dying. This is the stage where it's like almost you are on the bed. Like for example, it's like why they are mentioned as dying, because at this point of time, whatever activity you desire to do, it will not be fruitful. Matlab, you will not be having any specific success kind of thing which you can accomplish, or if you planning to take any decision, it will not be wise, because you're not be in a state of mind where you can take a particular call. Or if you want to speak to anyone regarding any new things, you will not be having any clarity of mind. Or if you want to debate on any of the issues, or argue with someone, then again you will be on the receiving end. So these things will start happening to you at the time of dying. So these are the five important activities which a bird can acquire in a cycle. So each bird will have this cycle. So depending upon your bird, which you, I think you would have understood by now by listening to my classification table, which bird you are. And we can always, I will also share the table of activities for each bird, and you can understand clearly how it behaves. Like for example, I would like to say, uh, for example, if a person is not aware of his bird, he can always refer to the name, the sound of his name, the whatever the first letter of his name. With that, we can also identify what type of which nakshatra he is. So, as per the nomenclature theory, and then we can again classify him according to the birds which I have already discussed. So, this is the type of classification and activity plan which is explained in the Pancha Shastra. So, by using this technique of Panchapaksha Shastra, there are a lot of applications which are found as stated by Maharishi. And today, as I speak, there are a lot of applications being practiced in various parts of the country using this Panchapakshi. So, I would rather call this as a powerful tool for even corporates if they start using this tool in their day-to-day management. Like for example, like if a company decides to have a meeting on some decision, or a strategic decision, or a strategic meeting on some plan, or some operating plan, they can always choose the time of dying. I mean, they may, sorry, your pardon, we can always choose the time of ruling, so that whatever they discuss, they will have a clarity of mind, and also they will have more focus on the things, and they can also arrive at very good solutions. Similarly, at the time of dying or at the time of sleeping, they can plan out for a team fun activities or something like that, so that the negativity or the tiredness or the exhaustion in the employees can also be reduced by doing so, and they can divert their mind, and also it helps in team building uh, team building agenda for the organization. And similarly, while addressing a particular problem in the company, the company can always look at the individual bird, and they can also take a call regarding um, the next plan which is specific to a particular employee. Likewise, there are multiple applications. If I start telling, this is just an example which I gave. This can be successfully employed in corporates and organizations. So that is one of my suggestions using Panchapakshi. Likewise, you can also use it in various levels. Like an individual can use it at his individualistic levels. Likewise, a country also can use it at its level. So there is no end for this application tool. So, with this, I would like to conclude this session regarding the classification and also the applications of Panchapakshi Shastra. And in my next session, I would like to add on more applications of this particular tool. And also, I would like to mention the different aspects of Jyotisha and how it can be successfully deployed in predictions and also arriving at remedies. So, hope you enjoyed this session. I would like to request you to like my video, subscribe, and also share with all your friends so that more and more people will come to know about this ancient Shastra which has been kept secret for all these years. But more and more people will understand the greatness of this tool, and our Sanatana Dharma will have more value addition going forward. Thank you. See you again. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.